He's your friend and mine. He is the pride of Ecuador. He is the one and only Marlon Vera. Back on, yeah, there he is. Marlon, my guy, back outside in the backyard, the familiar spot. What are we drinking on this Wednesday morning, Marlon? What do we got?
Cold brew.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Nice and cold after training, you know. Just, bro, just living good. Just staying happy, making sure life's good, family's good, and the rest is fucking just is go get it type of things.
By the way, you drink your cold brew black. Is it a little bit of milk in there? What do you have?
Plain. I don't with my coffee. I don't fuck around. I don't add nothing, and I don't take nothing away.
Okay.
Black coffee, espresso, black coffee, cold brew.
Regular.
That's about it.
That's it. Yeah.
And the only thing outside the box, dirty chai.
Oh, tremendous. You know what?
Ooh.
I appreciate that you say that, because sometimes I'm a little embarrassed when I order the dirty chai, because I feel like
no, bro, you're a G for drinking dirty chai.
Cool.
Fucking, I drink dirty chai.
Yeah, fucking hell. For those that don't know, that's chai with a shot of espresso, right?
It's dirty.
Yes.
Come on, we sneaky people. Guess what? Bronson loved dirty chai. I took him to my best coffee shop around my home. He loved it out here.
He never had it?
No, he's a chai guy. He's part of us.
You see, that's why I love you guys. You see, I knew we were all kindred spirits. And I saw you on Fuck That's Delicious too. Look at you hanging out with the boys.
Bro, that was like, no kidding, no cap, no nothing. That was like a dream come true, because before I met him, I used to watch. I'm a chef at heart, you know. The same way I'm a surfer, I love cooking. And I used to watch the show.
Yeah.
And it was so cool to me. Like, he brings his homies everywhere. And like, instead of like doing things with other celebrities or other, he brought his crews, like him and his homies doing crazy shit or fun shit. That's super cool. That I pretty much copy that from him. Like, when I travel, I always bring a friend now. Because it's fucking dope. Like, if my family's not able to go, there's nobody to watch the kids, and it's me and my wife, I brought a homie with me. And I'm like, that's so fucking smart.
You might as well live life, love life. I
mean, what you don't want to experience it by yourself? Might as well share the experience, you know.
I need to start doing that too. This has opened my eyes. I like that. And by the way, congratulations. Your daughter just graduated, right? What grade did she graduate from?
Dude, she's going to middle school now.
Wow, like my son. Wait, she graduated 5th?
Yeah, she's 12.
Yeah, okay, like my son too. It's crazy, right? Isn't that amazing?
Bro.
Time's flying.
I remember, like, before she was born, I was just everything was going to the wrong side. Moment this thing came to my life, make me who I am, and I'm like, it's like yesterday, and it's not like yesterday, it's 12 years ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy how time goes, bro. It's gnarly. I was fucking 17.
You were 17 when you had your first kid?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I was turning 19. My wife was fresh 17.
Sheesh.
But we made it. We're happy, and we got 3 fucking amazing kids.
Yes. And a beautiful home as well. Yeah, you guys are a great couple and a great family. And much love to you guys. And so we have a lot to talk about here. But what is going on here? Let's get to I want to get to the new news first, and then we go backwards to March, because we haven't talked since March, if you don't mind. We get the report on Monday night that it's you versus Henry Cejudo, August 19th in Boston. But now people are saying that he's not in. He's maybe hurt. What's going on here?
You know, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell anybody, right?
Yeah.
On my end, it's on. It's signed. Fighter is in shape. Fighter is working. The team is nice and good. We're good. We're ready to go. I'm not the type that goes into the digging, and I don't give 2 fucks. If he signs the contract and he show up on August 19th, epic. If not, I don't give a fuck. Somebody else will. And it doesn't matter if it's him or anybody else. Whoever is in front of me, August 19th, it's a wrap. I'm going to put them fucking lights off. And I'm motivated. I'm disciplined. And whoever comes out that day is going to get stopped. hopefully it happens. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't, so I won't talk crazy if I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Just you guys know on my end, it's on done. It's on done. We're ready to go.
So you're fighting regardless. You want it to be Henry, but if it's on Henry, you are fighting on August 19th in Boston.
Or any other day. 2 weeks in London. I'm ready to go. I'm just sell me plane tickets and and some bread.
Okay. And how do you feel about this Cejudo matchup? Like when you were approached about fighting him?
I feel great. I think I really feel like this is a similar scenario of like Conor Chad Mendes. I have feelings like that specific with him, but like I'm just feeling like the last fight didn't win my way, and what I learned from that is like if in a bad day you still show up and you still trying to push. From that you can only jump forward. You can only go to another level because as I said in the octagon after the fight, I was like, no excuses. I couldn't get started. It's on me. Like it's like fighting sick. It's like fighting. I don't know. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. But I won't even get to it because I let it go. It's like you can live off the past. You can cry over spilled milk. So I'm like, cool. Went back to the gym, and it's just everything I had before the last fight and before the last 3-4 fights. I have it just as hard now. The motivation, the desire, the aiming high, but it's just 10,000 bigger. Like right now, it's just I don't know. Maybe it's like getting to the 30-year-old level that just put me like everything just sinking, and it's like okay, that was a setback. That was definitely a failure. But there's two options: sit down and fucking be gone forever, or just go and fix it and just go and make it happen. You just create your future by the everyday doing the right thing and staying on top of your shit. And that's what right now I swear to God, like the Cejudo fight is a huge fight. I would love that to happen, but the fool is playing games. He went out of the game for a couple of years, came back, talk all crazy, couldn't do shit in the fight. So it's like I'm just like if it's him, cool. I think it's a great fight. Put me right back in the title contention position, which I feel I am. I'm one of those guys. I can fight for the belt any day. So I'm not down at all. I'm fucking pretty hype up and pretty ready to go and just prove me that I'm better than I am. Prove me that I will be a world champion. And let's see if he man up and do it, or let's see if he's actually injured. If he's actually injured, well, fuck, recover. But let's see what happens.
So let's talk about March if we can. Looking back, I'm assuming you've watched it.
Oh yeah, I watched it, and it's like, like in other fights. Let's see. Let's put an example. When I fought John Lineker,
yeah,
I shouldn't even be there. I had like a couple fights in the UFC. No one to fight him. He was ranked number 3. It was a crazy matchup. It's like, hey, Lineker is available. He's willing to fight anybody. Fuck. When you go and watch the fight, I can tell like, okay, I'm playing safe. I'm just trying to kick. I'm trying to don't get punched. But it's still, kind of like props on the guy on me to take the fight because I was nothing back then. But when you watch that, you're like, okay, you're holding here. You really don't want to get punched, or you just weren't at the level. When I go and watch this one, it's crazy. Like you just like my mind was there, like my eyes. Like I was defending well. I was never hurt, But it was just like the pop, the explosion, that nervous system. It just was fully off, and I can point a finger to anybody and be like, oh, it's because of this, or it's because of that, or it's your fault, or fuck you. It's just like, it was one of those days. Like, sometimes you wake up in the morning, you're like, fuck, I don't want to do it. But if you're still showing up and you're still trying to push yourself to go through, that's when you break another barrier of like pushing those edges. And I feel like that part of me, like, I was wanting, I was really trying to fight. I was really trying to engage. I was really trying to like fight the way I fight, it was just my body was like, I can feel like it was like nothing in my punches, nothing in my kicks. And I was like, well, seems it's going to be a hard night and I got to just push. And coach got it. He was like, even he's saying in the corner, oh, he's flat. And flat, for the people that doesn't know, means that it's like a flat tire. Like in boxing, it's a boxing term, I believe. That's what he used it. But I was like, he knew that. And he was still trying to give me that advice to kind of like figure it out. And I pick up the advice. He was like, okay, you punch here and then you move to the other side, come back, similar to the cruise thing. But he just like, nothing was in me, like no explosion, no power. And I mean, I know that was it, and I just let it go because I was really down because I put the crazy amount of work into this fight. And the fact that I was ready for the 18, and then they give me 8 more weeks of camp is like, I'm on top of my shit. I stopped. I was ready. I sacrificed so many things, but that's life. I talk about it in the past. You cannot only say this when you win, but even if you put everything into it, it's still no guarantee. And when things like this happen and don't go your way, I mean, there's only one in my mind. There's only one thing: just vindicate yourself. Just go back in there and get it because you can see the rainbow before a big storm. So you gotta go through sometimes, and that's right here in my mind. That's what I know. This in the lows and the highs, you keep the same energy because life is a cycle. And Paril always talk about it. One day you're on top, and one day you could be a bottom. And if it's just one fight, you know what I'm saying? I'm still at top 5. I'm still there, but one fight put you down because it's one fight at a time. It's not like we fight every weekend or
Right.
every other month. So, but I've been doing a good job on stay pretty fucking hard and stay pretty fucking consistent and just keep getting better.
Have you ever felt that way during a fight or right before a fight, flat, as you said?
Never. It happened in the gym before. Like there's days in the gym that he's just like everybody's just fucking owns me and everybody, throw me around and just as much as you're like fuck because when your body's not with good days and bad days but there's sometimes that you are like fully like there's nothing on you and guys at the highest level like Jordans or guys like Kelly Slater guys like that they know what is that. The thing with them is like they can compete a couple times a year or way more than we do because it's 1 versus 1 and it's over into like the next 4 or 6 months. Especially when you're in the top 5, the window gets really closer. But I feel like that in training, and sometimes it's just like what you can do about it. But in training, I never gave up or put excuses or just get mad. I just like own it and I push myself through. That's what happened in this fight. I could have got stopped if in the past I don't like really push myself when I'm on a bad day. So I felt my body wasn't there. I was like, you know what? Let's dig deep. Why not? And then the more you try, the luckier you get. And even on a day like that, it's not like I'm getting just destroyed. That was, in my opinion, was a shit fight. Was a shitty fight. Even I text then I was like, hey man, I don't get paid to fight like that. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I don't know what it was. My body just didn't work that night specifically.
What is that like, especially in those early rounds when it just seems like you can't get out of that gear and you've trained so hard?
It's like, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy that you say that because even I know how explosive I am and I can just like jump from crazy position on scrambles and things like that. And that day was just like, it's just like you're just pushing slowly, but there's not that like fast twitch that mine is pretty good. Like I really work on those things and it's just like nothing is there. Nothing.
Did he have anything to do with that?
Both and hard.
Did he have anything to do with that? Like, was there anything that he did early on that caught you off guard?
I mean, he did exactly what we thought. It's gonna be busy. It's gonna be a lot of like I'm moving around, and you gotta catch him in between. You gotta like punch with him at the same time, and like not just cover, take my time and then go. Like we work a lot on like punching while he was punching. So that I like, even this I was expecting him to be way faster than what he was. He's big, he's bigger than me. Like he have a bigger frame and he weighs more on top. But like, he's still a great fighter. I'm not saying like, oh, he sucks and no, everybody in the top five is just as good. But I felt like it was more like my body just been really not just not day that day, and it is what it is. And if you ask me, I would love to get a fight sometime. Like, you know, because again, this is my thoughts, my opinion is what I feel. And I would love to prove myself right.
What was the aftermath like? Like when you got home after such a long training camp, how did you process the fight?
Fuck, not gonna lie, it's just a shitty fucking feeling. Like similar to what happened with Aldo, you're kind of close to finish the fight, but then you get trapped in a position. Now you're just like waking up in the middle of the night and jumping in the ice bath or going for a run or just like, fuck. But it's more like, fuck me and fuck the world. And then, you just get fired up because, I mean, you could easily just go down and you say, like, you know what, fuck, it's not for me. Fuck you, we force it until it's for me.
Mm. How do you not let that affect your home, your kids, your relationship with your kids, or is it impossible? Like, people always say, don't bring your work home. But for you, it's like you freaking come home. Like you probably want to like sulk for a minute, right?
Yeah, but I feel like the same grind I put into being a good fighter, being a world champion is the same grind you got to put into be a good husband and be a better fighter. And by any means, I'm doing the perfect job now, but I can be down as fuck, but just see my kids' smiles. My kid asking me for getting ice cream. I'm like, fuck, like, I mean, there's so many ways to find some warm stuff in your heart that is like, see my kids smiling, get me out of bed and be like, fuck it, don't be feeling sorry for yourself. It's life, just keep going. And that is what moved me forward. Like, yes, I could have a bad day. Yes, I have a bad day in the office, but my kids are healthy, my kids are alive, and I'm still healthy and pretty strong to provide for them. So it's like there's no point to really, you get down, but the same way you go down, you get back up and you just keep going because why not?
What did you make of Henry's performance against Aljamain?
It was some sort of competitive fight. I think Sterling was expecting him to be a way better wrestler, probably. That's why, like, the first takedown Sterling kind of like didn't expect. It's going to be hard to shoot in Sterling, but they're pretty much at the same level, and that's giving props to Sterling because, yeah, you could be a world champion or a Olympic or whatever you want. You still got to fight. Fighting is a different sport. Being a pro basketball doesn't mean you're going to be good at the NFL. So, yes, you're good at wrestling, and that's combat still, but that's a one-on-one match without punches. So the fight was pretty competitive, but I feel like Sterling figured it out. Okay, wrestling is not like 10 times better than mine, so now I can actually fight. And the fact that a guy like Sterling was able to, in a way, outstrike him, is like that. Still, like Cejudo is just, one, the size different effect, two, in the distance, but I feel it was good for Sterling to maintain the belt because you don't live for 3 years and come back like nothing happened. Your level at some point gotta go down. That consistency of being in the fight game, like you can throw wherever you want, but you cannot ever mimic the fight. The fight is the fight. The feelings of the fight, you only feel it those 20 minutes before you walk out. So props on Sterling on keeping it. He fought hard. He win a lot of exchanges, and I feel in the stand up he won all day.
Do you think that he beats Sean O'Malley?
I mean, if we talk facts, just because I could just start talking shit right now, right? And just make fun of a funny guy. But if you see acolytes and who fight who, the fight shouldn't be a problem for Sterling. I mean, O'Malley can say whatever the fuck he say. The two guys that been in the top 5 that beat him, or well, me was one and I beat him. I put him out. Pedro Munoz, we've been around, and he's a top 5 caliber guy. Poke him in the eye. The fight was a no contest on a fight that he didn't show anything. I mean, you get an opportunity to fight somebody in the top like that, you try to go and smoke him. Damn, the B-level competition, yeah, he put them all of them out. Almeida was watched like probably a lot of times. He wasn't washed out. He was super washed out. Eddie Wallen, respect to the guy, he's a legend, but I mean, he gets KO like what, 4 more times or 3 more times. Then the green hair kid, couldn't want to fight the UFC. It's like, I get it. You got talent, you got all this hype. Cool, we're in the YouTube and TikTok era. You got a couple kids that follow you in that world, but fighting wise, you didn't fight nobody. And then you grab John after a no contest. It's like, yes, you look good in the jam fight. People was expecting less from you. Yeah, but you're still a fighter. He can still fight. But how good is he? Like, who he beat? Like, who he's been in a fight with? You know what I'm saying? That one-punch thing won't last forever. We saw it with Johnny Hendricks, maybe 3 or 4 fights. And after that, people said, like, fuck, like, once you fight a better caliber of guys, it just don't happen like that. And in paper, it's hard to think O'Malley's going to win. But he could. And that would only benefit me. But I'm not really rooting for nobody, so we'll see what happens. I'm ready to fight, and I know that.
I saw recently on Twitter that you did a 72-hour fast. Why did you do this, and how difficult was it?
Just for health, just to stop the digestion, because we're eating all day long, And I was like, why not? I was like, one day I was like, I want to stop eating for 3 days. For the fact that it's a challenge, it's hard. Just black coffee and water, it's all I did. But Kelly Slater always talked about it, the long fast and how good they're for you. And, he's like a freak on nature, right? He's like still competing at the highest level at his age. And he looks still good and everything. So, I mean, if you think a guy like that says fasting is good, must be good. And I've been fasting for years. Rock also get me into fasting, and it's like I just did it because I want to. I just and you feel good afterwards. Like when I break the fast with a bone broth and I start eating like little meals, some fruit, like your appetite gets better. You don't crave really food. You just eat when you need to. And I mean, I'm very passionate into health and figuring out ways to be better and drinking things or eating things that are the less processed, the most clean, and fasting is part of all that atmosphere of things. But it's great. It's challenging.
What was the hardest part? Like, there's always like a wall that you hit, right? And you have to get over that. When did that come in?
At the 24-hour mark, that night that you gotta go to 36 is the hardest one.
Okay.
But once you get to 40 hours, you're not hungry. When I hit the 3 days, I was actually, I could do a couple more days. But then I'm like, okay, I need to research more and ask my friends or people that know a lot about it to see if I do 2 more days to do the 5 days, what should I expect or what should I do? Because I was still doing sauna and ice. I took those 3 days off, but I was still doing sauna and ice.
Wow. But you need to drink, right? You can't do it without drinking.
Of course. I drink a lot of I drink sometimes I even drink almost 3 gallons because you're just drinking. So you're drinking. But it's just like you really flush yourself and we can take a day off, right? We're taking a day off, we're chilling, but we're still eating. So the guts, which is a second brain, it's working. So it's like you're not really resting because your body internally is still working. So it's just like I just hear a lot of shit. Joe Rogan is also an advocate for health. He have like always doctors and scientists, and I put my ears into things.
Yeah. Although, can I just say something? Every time I turn on Twitter these days, I'm like exposed to this battle between Joe Rogan and vaccines and all this shit. Like, Can everyone just chill the fuck out? Why do I need to hear all this all the time? I'm tired of this shit. Why
I haven't even seen that.
every time I open my Twitter, it's like 1,000 tweets from this guy, Elon Musk and Rogan and vaccine and COVID. Like, Jesus Christ. Can you just leave me alone? Can I just focus on like funny stuff and sports? I don't want to listen to all this shit.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But sometimes even my wife's like, "Did you see what happened in Ecuador? I was fucked up." And I'm like, "Why I think I'm blessed because I don't get fucking negativity. I open my Twitter. It's fucking funny, memes, good shit, fighting,
Oh,
surfing, tattoos, watches. I'm like, I like that.
oh, not
I want to
mine.
keep it like that. It's
Jesus.
clean,
Mine is a
classic
mess.
cars,
Yes.
meme, a lot of fucking funny shit. I'm like, my social media is great.
Wow, you must be okay. You're the 1% because mine is a mess. By the way, I saw a mural of you in Ecuador. Who did that mural? Like with the three faces of you. You saw this?
Yeah.
Who did that?
Dude, it's like me with the back tattoo, me in front with the long hair. Like he put like three different
We're
me.
showing it.
It's
Yeah,
a huge one.
it's incredible. Where is this?
It's in Ecuador. It's in the city in Guayaquil. And I talked to the guy before, and he's a cool guy. He's like, bro, he's painted. And I was expecting like like a picture, and he showed me a video. I was like, holy shit, that's crazy.
It's unbelievable.
It's beautiful, dude. It's crazy.
What an honor, right? People are drawing murals of you, painting murals of you in your home country. It's like who'd have thought, right? From where you came from.
Dude, that's what I always tell people. Like, gotta appreciate every second of it, and you know, gotta see the beauty in the struggle because the ugliness in the success will come later, right? But the beauty in the struggle is like I remember, like not too long ago, like 3 years ago, I was like, fuck, I hope one day I get like brands send me shoes and clothes and go to places and they put you in the private sales. And you just thought like, wait, one day, dude, like maybe one day. Or like when you used to think like, fuck, that's too expensive. And then you're like, it's crazy the way life works, bro. One day you can have nothing and you can be nothing. But if you put in the right time and the work, it just happened. It's like looking up the sky and then the stars just come out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you gotta appreciate that, and you gotta be patient, and you gotta be fucking crazy enough to things gonna happen, and I promise you will happen. Like it's amazing. It's amazing to know like how far you can go and how big you can go, and like just meeting the cool people that you never thought you would, and then meeting them to becoming friends, and it's crazy, and getting to experience like wild shit, like being in, places, restaurants, and life is crazy, man. But that's why I keep a really positive attitude all the time because I'm like, if you're alive and you don't have any fucked up disease or sickness, and your body's okay, and you can walk and find your shit, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit and complain. Like, don't complain about the weather. Don't complain about fucking your neighbor. Just fucking go, and you will get it. Life is beautiful, dude. It can be ugly, but it's up to you.
This is beautiful stuff. Very inspirational. This is why I love talking to you. I always feel better about life and myself after I speak to you. And I'm happy that you have this perspective still. And so, in conclusion, I'm just wondering regarding the fight, because you said you were down, but it doesn't seem like you're down anymore. Do you feel like you'll only be able to truly get over the fight once you get this one done, once you get this next fight out of the way and you get a W? Or are you officially over Sandhagen and you're blocking that out and you're on to the next?
Well, I gotta get into the next, right? That doesn't mean I don't have a thought and a desire to fucking beat the shit out of him one day. But you gotta let it go. Right now, we're not fighting. Right now, it's not gonna happen. But I go in there and beat the shit of Cejudo, and I don't have to think about Sanhagen or nobody. I just gotta think about the next one. And if one day comes, epic. If not, fuck, I just wanna be a world champion. That's my whole focus. I wanna have Dana put a fucking belt around my waist, and I can't describe the film because I will never able to describe it until that happens, and it will happen. I will get there. I want it won't not happen. It will happen. Like I just want it. that fucking bad that I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna get to the surface and I'm gonna get it. How? When? Can't tell you that. But I'm gonna be a world champion.
I can't wait to see it. Thanks as always, Cheeto. You're the man. Much love to you. Welcome back. Good luck on August 19th. I hope it's against Cejudo and you get that fight and hopefully for you that W and you can be on your way to realizing that dream. Thanks as always for making time for us.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
All right, there he is, the one and only Marlon Cheeto Vera. Beautiful stuff from him. How can you not love life after listening to Marlon Vera?